Hello. Hello. How are we all doing today? Hello. Who is here? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, Yoavko. Just when I'm about to go shower and then sleep. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Shower and sleep if you need to. Go do that. That's more important. Hello, M0. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Good evening, Potter. Hello, Nightmind. Best Psydere, best dairy. Are there other dairies? Are there other dairies that I need to be aware of? Aside from, you know, like the sundaries and stuff. Do I need to be aware of them? I'm suspicious. Science, hello. Yes, I agree, Zerkia. Science. I also believe in science. I've heard of it. I think it's all right. Yes, yes. Hello, Lankuri. Hello, Mad Pew. Hi, hi. It's science time. It is indeed. It is indeed science time. Except not really, because I'm not really feeling very sciencey today. My brain cells aren't working. I've spent today working. I've been marking student work and then also writing some of my own thesis. And I didn't do a particularly good job of either. So it's just been one of those days where I have not been very productive, and that's okay. It happens sometimes. Hello, Bobo. Hi, hi. We're getting ready to clock out of the lab and then head to physical therapy at home. Very nice. I hope you have had a good time in the lab, question mark? I don't know if that's the right phrasing. I'm very confused. I've just realised I'm confused all the time at the minute, and I think it's because the clock's changed in the UK and Ireland. They've like fallen back already. So I don't know where I am at any given point anymore. Time zones, never heard of them. Hello, Husbando Mod. Yes, hello. Cublets, yes. Are you watching other Deres? I know. I'll be very disappointed if you're all watching other Deres. I might have to convert to Yandere. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do the Yandere. No. When is Psydere branded hard apple cider being released? I don't know, but I've been thinking about this. I feel like I should make one day I'm gonna make my own cider, and it will be called Psydere. This is 100% a thing I want to do. There's infinite merch opportunities here, I believe. Yes. Thought the clocks changed on Saturday? Oh, they've already changed here. They've already changed here. It was Sunday? I'm confused. Yeah, it was on Sunday. Sunday just gone. The clocks changed for us, and I no longer know what's happening because the clocks haven't changed everywhere else, and not everywhere even like changes the clocks. And now I'm like, what time is that meeting again? It was scheduled at a time, and I cannot remember what time zone. Oh dear. Oh no. I have one of those days every day. That's kind of a mood. That's kind of a mood, I'm not gonna lie. I feel that on a molecular level. I try to get stuff done normally, but yeah, today was very much one of those days. I think I did a collective of like 2 hours work all day, so yeah. I've recently heard the claim that once philosophy consisted in most we consider math or science or all of those, but then as they became more serious, they've actually started progressing. They left all the unanswerable questions to philosophy, and that's why philosophers barely managed to make any substantial solutions to their problems. Huh. Interesting take. I can kind of see it a little bit. Because obviously once like, I think I've said before, but like psychology kind of originally came from philosophy of mind, right? So then psychology started answering the questions, and philosophy of mind is still, I guess it's still important, but a lot of it is just kind of being repeated, right? So it's just variations of the same thing. Whereas psychology, we're doing also variations of the same thing, but this time it's empirical, I swear. So yes. It was Bertrand Russell who said it. I see. That makes sense. Not that I know anything about Bertrand Russell, but you know, someone said it. Yes. Just had someone say it on a philosophy server. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I think it's something that I've heard before, is that, like, you know, certain branches of philosophy kind of just became redundant because now science is doing it. And, like, some of the questions literally became redundant because it's like, now we actually know, you know? Hmm. 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 I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm very tired. The thing is, when the clocks change, I get very tired. Quack, yes. I agree. Quack indeed. Yes. Hydrate, thank you. I will hydrate. I will hydrate. I've just got water today, no tea. So I need to go to sleep. Posture check. I'm already sat up straight. We're like, come on, we're like 10 minutes in. You really think I'm going to start slouching after 10 minutes? What do you take me for? I'm not that bad. I swear I'm sat up straight. I've actually had to be really careful with my posture today because I've had, like, somehow triggered my repetitive strain injury again. I can't remember how long ago was it? It must have been a year ago now, which is kind of wild. Like, when I first started streaming, the reason why I started streaming was because I injured myself. I was on sick leave. I had this repetitive strain injury in my neck, like, and in my shoulder, and I couldn't really do anything. Like, I couldn't really move. So I started streaming because I was bored because I was on sick leave. And here we are. Now I've triggered my strain injury again, but this time I can actually kind of, you know, move a bit. It's just a bit annoying, really. Yes. This is the law. This is the law. The real reason why I took up the offer to be a magical girl was to try and get rid of the repetitive strain injury, and they told me it would go away and it never did. So I think I've been scammed. I've been scammed. I hope you didn't have to deal with time change insanity. Yeah, no, it do be like that. It do be like that. And, like, the worst part with, like, science is that often you have to collaborate with people elsewhere, right? Like, in other countries. And, like, yeah, I'm in a situation at the minute where, like, some people I work with have changed time zones and some people haven't. And now we're all like, we're trying to work it on UTC, but even then, like, I always schedule stuff in UTC, but for me, like, that means that I now have the mental shift of, like, oh wait, I am back onto UTC. I am no longer 1 hour ahead of UTC. So, yeah. Pain. It's pain. It's pain. Yes. There are those concepts against metaphysics or for naturalized metaphysics. Eh? I don't know much about metaphysics, so I don't know how to process that sentence. I don't know how to process it. I'm sorry. Please explain. Please explain. I take you for a tired Brit. How did you know? Is it really? Is it that obvious? Yes. Magical girl scam. For those recruiters are all the same. They are. Oh my gosh. It's like all of the recruiters that message you on, like, various platforms being like, we've got an excellent job that will pay 3 times your current salary. And then you're like, wow, that sounds great. What is the salary? And then it's actually half of what you currently get paid. It's like that, but for magical girls. Can you imagine? Wait, hang on a second. Does anyone else know the, like, LinkedIn cringe? Because I'm obsessed with LinkedIn cringe. I think it's the funniest thing ever. And now I'm imagining, like, a magical girl recruiter, and it's like a cute little creature or something. And it's like posting LinkedIn cringe, trying to find the next magical girl. That's awful. What an awful concept. Somebody needs to write a manga about this. Can you imagine? Oh no. Oh. Honestly, I'm all for abandoning time swaps and updating schedules instead. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that might be the easiest thing to do. That probably would have been also the sensible thing to do if I'd have thought of it. But for some reason, I'm like, no, I'm gonna bring forward my time. Maybe I should just push it back next week. Because it was quite difficult to, like, eat food rapidly in order to start the stream. So yeah, maybe I should do that. I don't know. Hi Miguel, how you doing? How you doing? I'm good, thank you. How are you? How are you? I'm okay. I'm tired though, as always. It's just a perpetual feature of my personality at this point, let's be honest. I'm just permanently tired. And yes, battling my repetitive strain injury, which has come back for some reason. Last few days, don't know why. I think it's weird. It almost feels like it might be a stress thing, right? Because it's in my shoulder. And I'm one of those people who, like, when I'm stressed, my shoulders tend up really bad. So I feel like it might be that, because the marking that I'm doing, it's weird. It's like the most fun that I've had marking ever. It's like my favorite assignment that I've ever marked. But oh my gosh, there's so many of them. And I have PhD pressures and stuff that I need to do, and I'm very stressed. So yeah. I think the tension might have caused my my muscle to be angry. Yes, repetitive stress shoulder, exactly. My angry shoulder. RSS feed up. Oh my gosh. So true. Imagine if you had an RSS feed straight into your brain. Oh no, don't do that. Let's not give Elon Musk ideas. Let's not do that. Okay. Day to make a profile for Hoogway on LinkedIn and message your graduates recruiting them. Recruiting them to be magical girls and boys. That would be so funny. I should do that. Wait. Now I'm thinking if there's a way that I can set up like an ironic stall at like a careers fair or something. This is very, very tempting. This is very tempting. If you want to read about metaphysics stuff I just mentioned, there's a famous book called Everything Must Go, Metaphysics Naturalized. Ooh. What is this? Let's have a look. I see, on Oxford Academic. I see it. Thank you. You know, I'm actually going to do that now. Now that you've sent that as a reminder, I'm actually going to end up doing it. This book argues that the only kind of metaphysics that can contribute to objective knowledge is one based specifically on contemporary sciences. It really is, not on philosophers' a priori institutions. Intuitions even, gosh. Intuitions, common sense, or simplification of science. In addition to showing how recent metaphysics has drifted away from the connection with other serious scholarly inquiry. As a result of not heeding this restriction, this book demonstrates how to build onto metaphysics compatible with current fundamental physics, ontic structural realism, which when combined with metaphysics of the special sciences, rainforest realism, can be used to unify physics with the other sciences without reducing those sciences to physics itself. Interesting. I'll bookmark this. One day I'll come back to it when I have brain's capacity. When my neurons are firing again. The only kind of metaphysics that can contribute to objective knowledge is one based specifically on contemporary science, as it really is. Yeah, this sounds very cool. This sounds very interesting. Hi, Orishiro, how you doing? How you doing? Hello, fellow teenagers. Yes. Hello, fellow teenagers. I, too, am a functional young person. Yes. I love the latest memes, such as, the cheeseburger cats. Oh my gosh. I feel like old memes should make a resurgence. Like, they need to loop back round. You know, like how has anyone else seen that loads of kids are dressing up like they're in the early 2000s? Like, I see more emos now than I ever did when I was growing up. It's kind of wild. Yes. I think half of this chat is teenagers and the other half is academics. I think so too. I think, or like, I feel like there must be a bimodal distribution of ages in this chat. And like, I think the first peak is like 16 to 21. And I think the second peak is like 27 to 32. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. Truly bringing the generations together. Thank you for the follow, Rongo Reacts. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? I hope you're good. Also, you're a participant now. Sorry. You have to take part in our research. You just press the consent form. 29 years old. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we should change the psychologist reacts thing to just be like remind Psydere to do something eventually. add it to the GitHub board. if you put it in the React, we'll set it up as a GitHub issue. Husbando, is there a way to automate that? Is there a way to automate this with API? There you go. There's a free project idea for you. I'm in a pickle now. Lots of things to run after to finish the BA, but it's happening. Let's hope. You can do it. We believe in you. I feel you. I feel you. I'm doing the speed run of the last bit of my degree now. I'm doing the actual speed run. I'm sat here like, you know, trying to write. I finished my data collection entirely, and I finished my analyses. You know, the R code that I was struggling with. I've come to the conclusion that it was just performance anxiety, right? Because I sat down and I wrote all of the code. Like, I just sit there and I just powered it out in the space of like, literally like maybe 4 hours in total. I just sat down and I just did it. So what's going on with that? I think I had performance anxiety because I forgot how to do anything when I was on stream. And then I was like, oh, I remember how to do things now that I'm not on stream. And then I did them. Yes. Half a Lankuri's half of mine. Can you imagine just... I feel like we need to be careful not to allow our GitHub redeem to be spammed, though. Like, it has to be one of those things where, like, people in the know what the redeem does. But if you don't know, then you think it's just a redeem, you know? Or maybe we could find a way to set them up as drafts or something, like draft issues. That might be helpful. I don't know. Hi, Gans. How you doing? How you doing? All good? I'm glad. I'm glad to hear it. Did you know that about 10% of the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy's readers, based on a survey that they did, are high schoolers? That's interesting, but that also kind of doesn't surprise me, actually. I can see that. Because I think that... Feel free to, like, say, nah, like, you know, you're just making up stuff. But I feel like, first of all, an encyclopedia is quite a general introduction to something, right? So that in itself is quite helpful. Especially to, like, when you're new to a topic, right? But on top of that, I'm laughing because this was me. I think there's a certain type, like a certain mixture of personality and cognitive style that leads somebody as a high schooler to just like be weirdly fascinated with philosophy specifically. Like, there is just a certain type of high schooler that just gets really, really into it. And I think it's normally, if I'm anything to go off by, obviously I don't know any research around this is just me speculating, but if I'm anything to go off by, it's probably the ones with quite bad existential dread. So, and I wonder if that's changing over time. I wonder if the internet is making existential dread more accessible. I wonder. I'd recommend Codebug. You can sync projects to GitHub automatically there without having to push twice. Ooh, interesting. I kind of like it, like doing stuff on GitHub manually though. Like when I close an issue or close a pull request, it's very satisfying to me. I like watching the shiny number go down, you know? It's even better if it's in a project board and then I can literally see it move and like the number of in progress goes down and the number of done goes up. That makes me very happy. I need metrics. See, okay, so I'm seeing, yeah, see, this is continuing my, I want to actually at some point, I want to poll. I want to do a survey of like Psydere viewers to see a little bit of the demographics breakdown because I find this very interesting. Mostly I want to see like the age range, like is it bimodal like I think it is? And then I also want to see the proportion of people that already have some kind of STEM background, like science, technology, engineering, mathematics background, that I'm interested in. Because I'm trying to do science communication, but I feel like most of you already know it and you just go, just turn up because you're interested. I don't know. This is interesting. I want to poll you all at some point. Yes. Will I could do the best coding alone? Yeah, same. When people are watching me, I get so like anxious. Yeah. Like I had to demonstrate like how to do something at one point in front of like some colleagues. And then I just completely forgot. And it was something really basic. I can't even remember what it was. Like I think I was showing them how to do like a hierarchical regression, like linear regression in R. And it's really simple. It's straightforward. Like you literally just like load the models. Like you just add things in to each model in the steps that you're planning to do. And then you do like an ANOVA to compare them. And then you can also get like effect sizes and stuff out of it too. But yeah, I just forgot how to do it. And then I was just like, I was just like, I don't remember. And then I like the other day when I was writing this analysis code, I just sat down, I just did it. Like literally in the space of half an hour, like after doing some stuff. Like, oh, very strange. Very strange. Let them have an exponential cooldown per user. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. It's still great for version control on places like GitHub allow nice backupping or working from multiple places or machines easily. Yeah, that's mostly what I use it for. I mostly use it for a mixture of version control and also working from multiple places. So at the minute, I'm kind of experimenting with like using GitHub as a kind of everything dump, if that makes sense. Like if something is not sensitive and can go on it, can I just put it there, right? Because a lot of the documents, like I end up having documents that are just all over the place. Like I have some stuff that's like in, I don't know, say for example, Dropbox, and then I have more stuff that's in OneDrive, and then I have more stuff that's somewhere else, like Google Drive or something. And I'm like, there's just too much stuff. And then all of the notes get confused and mixed up and it all becomes a mess. So I'm trying to experiment with just having documentation like in repositories on GitHub, because I feel like I've learned this from some people that I work with, and I think the fact that you get the version control and the, you know, easy access from wherever you are, but you can also work on whatever IDE you prefer, and on top of that you can also like use the issues and project board and stuff like that. I feel like it's a good all-round solution. Microsoft AI is trading on Psydere's notes. Yes, probably, but like I said, not sensitive information. I tell you what, they're gonna be writing some really good video scripts on psychology. You're in class at the minute? No, focus on your class, Orishiro. What the heck? Focus on your class. I love Existential Dread, me too. I came pre-packaged with it, like Uno on Xbox. Same. Yes, I emerged as a ball of Existential Dread. Hi, Dungeon Slime, how you doing? I hope you're good. Existential Dread is my middle name. Same. Wait, you're a high school girl? I mean, I'm an anime girl, so that means I'm permanently a high school girl, right? Like, I could be like 50 years old, hypothetically, and then I'm still a high school girl, so, yeah. Is internet existential dread increasing linear or exponential? This is actually a good question. Okay, actually, I think this might be a good thing for us to... Wait. I'm gonna psychologist reacts redeem existential dread. on the internet. I think this might be a fun thing to... I actually want to keep a note of that, so yes. Yes. As a lean manufacturing student, I love sliding my Kanban to the left. It's so satisfying. Wait, do you put yours to the left? I put mine to the right. Wait, or am I mixing up left and right? Yeah, no, mine moved to the right. Differences. Hi, girly cat. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're good. Oh, not left, right. Slide. Yes, slide to the right. Yes. Crisscross. Cha-cha real smooth. Haha, that was a terrible joke. Please make me stop. Okay. Please make it stop, dear Lord. Definitely came here because I was already interested in STEM stuff. See, this is interesting. This is interesting. This is my gut instinct about why most people are here. I have an art background, but science and psych stuff is really interesting to me. Good. I'm glad. There needs to be more, like, interactions between art and science, because I don't really think that they're that much difference in the grand scheme of things, you know? It's all just human knowledge. Wild. Human creations, very cool. It's just science is more structured human creation, and art is more flexible human creation. Except actually, even then, art tends to follow a set of rules. So, yes. We're mostly here to support. Generally feel I generally feel like this is a weekly seminar series where a colleague from a different department is presenting their work. That's a nice way to conceptualize it. And this is like those with less stuff from the forensic professors. Yeah, it's like, I feel like maybe it's more like the lunchtime. You know, like the lunchtime seminars where like there kind of is a talk, but then actually you spend most of it just milling around eating bad sandwiches and talking about stuff. I feel like it might be more like that. We're replicating the lunchtime seminar lunch. And like psychology, just not as much as Phil, but they're so similar. Let's be honest, they're like mutually codependent. Hi Lucky Luna, how you doing? GitHub's really good to keep track of stuff, but do be careful not to have sensitive data on there, even if it's private. Yes, I'm being very, very careful not to do that because I am paranoid. Trust me, I've had all of the data protection training and I am scared. So, without looking it up, try pronouncing Pyrrhonian skepticism or Pyrrhonianism? How did I do? Was that okay? I don't actually know if I said that right. Please tell me. I need feedback. Can't handle the side gremlin mode. The gremlin mode is really something else. I don't think that I've ever shown true Actually, I think that when I did the outfit debut, that was probably the closest I've ever been to true gremlin mode on stream because I was so horribly sleep deprived. I'd had like 4 hours of sleep and I watched back the VOD and it's just incoherent. Like I'm trying to work out how to cut it down eventually to like 2 videos and I honestly yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Hi Doc Rect! Just done with I can't believe it's not the bend my arm saver and now I cannot. Oh. Same. I actually don't know what that means. Double R in both. Oh, and okay. 1,000-year-old psychology student, that's me. Anime or idol girl, forever 17 memes never die. Exactly, that's me. That's why my model looks like this. And then like, so the way that it goes is that I'm gonna be in this model for a while after I graduate. Probably. And then at some point I'll suddenly move from forever 17 to anime mum. And that will be the new model. I will become the anime mum. You're like one of those anime teens that's getting a PhD while in high school. I'm literally, what's her name? Makise Kurisu from Steins Gate. She's just like me, for real, for real. We should join dunk on the economists. Imagine being an economist. I actually know what they do. I feel like like my understanding of economics is just they sit there and they look at big patterns of money and then how they move between countries and stuff. Like I don't actually know what they do. Hi Nico, how you doing? Imagine being interested in psychology. I know. Can you imagine? I'm certainly not interested in psychology anymore, not at this rate. The more that I learn about psychology, the more that I'm like, what is this? That's true. That's actually true. The more I learn about it, the more I'm like, oh no. Oh no. What is going on? The only difference is that you can't wage war with art. Propaganda begs to differ. Propaganda art involves a lot of psychology. So, yeah. Hi, Sayon. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're good. Can't bend arms after I believe it's not Beat Saber. Oh, okay. I see. This makes sense now. That makes sense now. Are you testing out the VR? I'm jealous. I want to try VR. It sounds fun. Google Forms poll. Age, degree, occupation. Do you cook for yourself? Number of showers per week. Put fractions of less than 1. Your Pokemon type. Are you subscribed to Psydere or were you asked to fill out this form by a friend? I should include some other stuff like I should, oh my gosh, I should actually include some like brief psychometric measures so that I can see what's wrong with you all. What is your personality? Suffering. That's me. Oh. My big 5 personality is always fairly consistent, so that makes me happy. Apparently, actually, I can bring it up. Wait. I can bring it up. I'm not going to show it, but I will bring it up on my screen so I can read it out, because this has personally identifiable information and I do not wish to actually show it. Where is it? Where's the thing? There you are. No, you're not. Where are you? Oh, I've lost it. I was literally just looking at it. There you are. Okay. There you are. Right. What does this say about me? Right, so apparently, I'm in the 22nd percentile. So think of it like out of 100. If you don't know what percentiles are, think of it like everybody falls in the spectrum from 0 to 100. And the higher you are on it, the higher your score. But also, most people are in the middle, and if you're on the extreme ends, if you're like in 25% either end, then you're weird. So like if you're 25%, if you're like 0 to 25, you're weird, and if you're 75 to 100, you're weird. Does that make sense? I hope. Not me attempting to explain the normal distribution without a description, without a diagram. Okay. There was an attempt. Anyway, I think probably everybody here knows what the normal distribution is anyway. So personality scores fall on a normal distribution. Essentially, the 22% of people are more introverted than Psydere. Exactly. I'm quite extreme. So yeah, I'm 22nd percentile extroversion. So apparently I prefer to be by myself and I get more energy from being by myself. Agreeableness, which is like how friendly I am, basically. Do I argue with people or am I friendly and get along with people? 66th percentile, so I'm more agreeable than 66% of people. Openness to experiences, so that's like, are you willing to try new stuff? Do you go out of your way to have new experiences? Things like that, you know? Tend to be people that are like into art and stuff like that. I'm 70th percentile, so I'm more open to new things than 70% of people. Conscientiousness, so that's like, you know, I guess what would typically be described as like, you work hard, you're organized, stuff like that. I'm 86th, so I'm more conscientious than 86% of people. And versus, I'm not very good at like, I'm not very flexible though. Like, I'm not very good at just like dealing with things in the moment, so that's the trade-off there. And then there's emotional stability, which is like your tendency to experience or not experience negative emotions. So if you're high, then you experience less negative emotions. This one cracks me up. I'm 97th percentile. So I have more emotional stability than 97% of people. The actual reason for that is because this is probably something that's not accounted for, is that neurodivergence means that I just don't really have emotions very strongly in general. So I think that's the reason why. Yeah. So that's the thing. There you go. There's a bit of insight into my personality. Does this track with what you've seen of me? I don't know. I don't know. What's your favourite questionnaire or scale? That's a good question. I don't really like any of them. I don't really like any of them. Yeah. Like, I feel like most scales in psychology are just like, I feel like some of them, especially in social psychology, we're like, what is the source for this scale? It came to me in a dream. Basically, that's it. Like, I wanted a scale, so I made it up. Some of them are actually fairly robustly tested. But even then, I feel like sometimes I read it and like, I don't know, I'm one of those people where I'm just kind of suspicious. I use them all the time. Don't get me wrong, like I use all sorts of scales all the time, but I feel inherently suspicious of them. Because of the fact that, I don't know, I feel like it's difficult to capture responses properly in a especially in a Likert scale. And just, I don't know, I'm not convinced. I want to do more reading into psychometrics though, because I think part of the reason why I'm always a little bit skeptical is probably because I don't really understand it. So yeah. Hi Kiwis, how you doing? How you doing? Conscientious is the nerd trait. This is so true. I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of true. It's like, I think it's the one that's like most consistently predicts like educational attainment. So yeah, the higher you are in conscientiousness, like you're more, I'm not saying that this is a determining factor, it's just that you're more likely, which kind of, I think it's more of a feature of like you fit the system basically. Like you can force yourself to study even if you don't want to, type of thing. So yeah. And you know, I am high on conscientiousness and I am finishing a PhD, so I am a generic example. Alexithymia, yeah, exactly. I have like really bad alexithymia. Half the time I don't even know what's going on. It is genuinely the secret to my emotional stability, is just like if you don't want to have emotions, just don't be able to tell what they are. It's pretty simple. Oh, what's that? You're having negative emotions? We'll just turn them off. That's what I did. That was sarcasm. Please don't take that seriously. Oh dear. I do psychometric tests for my own quiet amusement. I enjoy spotting the patterns in the questions for reaffirming answers, if you see what I mean. Yeah, I can kind of see that. It is quite fun to just look through them and see if it matches up with what you think of yourself. You're using big words? I'm sorry. I didn't invent these big words. I don't know. Psychometrics, big word. Conscientious, big word. Why did they do that? I almost feel like it's like a reinforcing thing. Like we need to feel smart, so we use big words. And then people think we're smart because we're using big words. And I'm like, I don't know the big words. I'm confused. Oh dear. Turn it off and on again. Yeah, exactly. Just turn your brain off and on again. What could possibly go wrong? Oh my gosh. Emotions are overwhelming. Gonna lobotomize myself? Please don't do that, actually. Please don't do that. That's not ideal. I agree. That is a big quack moment. No lobotomies in this house, thank you very much. I wonder if I went back in time, I wonder if they'd let me do lobotomies. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Anime girls have to screech stage changes like Pokemon. Oh no. They kind of do though. That's the worst part. That's the worst part. They go like anime girls transition from Forever 17 to Mother to like Obachan. That's it. That's the 3 stages of anime girl. Have you ever seen somebody that wasn't within those stages? Because I certainly haven't. What about a little tray panning? Oh. I love opening up a little hole just to see what's in there. Don't do that. That's also not good. That's not good. Don't do that. It's okay between consenting adults. No. No. Don't do that. We don't do lobotomies for studies anymore? No, we don't. We don't. Unless, you know, things in academia are trends. It could come back. Or if it didn't, though. As to big words, I forever have conflicts with my colleagues as I try and write my material in common English because it means that folks can understand it, but they want to use fancy words and technobabble and so they look clever. I have the same thing. I hate using big words. I just want everybody that reads it to be able to understand it. Thankfully, my supervisor is like entirely on the same page and is like, you write well, just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm like, thank you. And I think I've had like my defense panel well, not confirmed, but like we're pretty sure who they are now. And I think my defense panel are going to say the same thing. So that's a massive relief. That's a massive relief. 3 out of 4 1940s psychiatrists recommend lobotomy. Hi, Melina, how you doing? How you doing? I love physics equations. Tell me some. I didn't prepare for this. I called the stream that because I was meant to be playing Gooba Ball, but so far we're an hour in and I've just been yapping. Well, not an hour, but we're almost an hour in and I've just been yapping because I got distracted as always. Maybe I should actually play that at some point. The thing is, though, is that once I get into it, I kind of forget that I'm streaming. So I'm kind of like, oh no. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. The anime girl life cycle. Kid, teen, MILF, GILF. Oh no. Yes. I can't wait for the transition from magical girl to magical MILF. Dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I have a plan to fix all emotions. Psychologists hate this simple trick. Yeah, just turn the emotions off. Easy peasy. Just, you know, just do a craniotomy and pop it open. Just, you know, prod around and eventually they'll turn off. Please don't do that, by the way. PSA, don't. Brain is very sensitive, actually. You shouldn't. Don't do that. Used to work on some RPG thingies. Have funny. Have funny. Have fun, fellow research assistants and test subjects. Thank you for dropping by, Dungeon Slime. I hope you enjoy your work on your RPG thingies. I like big words, and I cannot make fabrications. Yes, I agree. I think the song would have been better like that. I wonder if you can rewrite the whole thing academically. Writing math papers, I just want to write the equations and the math logic symbols and send the paper. Yeah. I feel the same with psychology. Like, I just want to write the thing. Don't make me use your big fancy words. Don't make me do it. Conscientious. Ugh. Let me say we're organised, you know? What's the reason for that? I don't need to say that. Come on. I do say that though, to be fair, because that's a fairly established word. I have a really short blog suggestion. Does the suggestion thing in Twitch? Yeah, it does. Well, kind of. It doesn't. It won't go to GitHub. It will just, you know, you can do it, and I will come back to it eventually. That's basically what it's there for. Conveniently forgetting the 9,000-year-old lolly stereotype. Oh gosh. So true. Yeah, I like to just conveniently overlook it. Don't tickle your brains. They hate it. They really do. They really do. I've read some webtoons about magical MILFs. I'm not even surprised that this is the thing. I actually want to see more magical girl anime that, like, the magical girl as an adult. I feel like it's a trope that there's not enough of yet, you know? Reading physics papers with no math background is a pain. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. I don't think I'd even know where to start. Magical MILFs, it's like magical girls, but instead of going to school, they go to yoga lessons. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no, it doesn't show. It doesn't show. Yeah, we've still got the... We need to work out... You're right. Also, hi Tayu. I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Yeah, we need to work out a way to, like, just filter out weird URLs. I'm sure we can do it with the mod thing, but I really need to just overhaul everything, basically, like, at some point when I have time. Probably not until 2025, but that's the plan, is that I'm just going to sit down, I'm going to completely do all of my OBS profiles, I'm going to redo all of the redeems, I'm going to finally make some, you know, icons for stuff that should have it. And then Husbando's going to help me do things that are technologically beyond my capabilities. Whether he wants to or not, he's going to help me. Be back later. See you later, Lurafko. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you, whatever you're doing, I hope it goes well. I was in graph theory, so sometimes I got to make funny drawings. Oh. See, I haven't actually done any kind of mathematics since I was like 15, so apart from stats, I've done so much stats, but everything else I haven't done it. Apparently you're on the 4th percentile of extroversion. Wow. That's interesting. Compared to me, you're a social butterfly. I mean, true. It's funny, because, like, I don't feel like I'm particularly introverted. Like, when I think I'm introverted in the sense that, like, being around people makes me tired, you know? It makes me very tired. I enjoy being around people. I get a lot of, you know, it makes me happy. But I have to spend like 2 days recovering because it's just overwhelming, you know? So, yeah. That's how it manifests for me. Like, I find it, I'm fine talking to people. I can talk about stuff. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just tiring. Hi, Blue Eyes White Boomer, how you doing? How you doing? Imagine being interesting, can't be me. You are interesting. I've seen your streams. You're interesting. Check out the Fabled Warrior webtoon. It's about a magical girl who grew up to become a mum. See, that sounds interesting. That's my kind of thing. I want more magical girls that work in offices and stuff like that. This is very fun. We'll have some time in December to sort all of this out. Yes! We're gonna fix all of the stream setup. None of you can stop me. None of you can stop me. Especially not Husbando, because he's going to be helping. He's enabling me. Let's go. I just don't like talking. Writing is fine though. See, I find this really interesting too, because I would have thought that, like, the way that introversion and extroversion as a scale is conceptualized is that, in theory, it shouldn't be affected by the medium in which you're socializing, right? And yet it very clearly does. Because, like, people who are introverted in real life can sometimes be some of the most extroverted, like, in a game or, like, in a Twitch chat, right? This is really interesting.
Blue Eyes White Boomer gifted a tier 1 sub to Tayu the Goat VT.
Thank you, Sean. Yes. And thank you, Boomer. Thank you so much for the gift sub. That's very kind of you. It's very generous. Thank you so much. Tayu is now a research assistant. Welcome in, Tayu. You get to do my work for free now. Will you help me with my thesis? Do you want to help me write my thesis? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, it's tiring interacting. I should be allowed to be around the same space as other people, not being bothered like a cat. Yeah, this is kind of me too, in a way. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I enjoy it. I enjoy being around people. So I'm not even like I'm like one of the friendly cats that's always pestering people, right? But then I have to go away and like lie in a dark room for 3 days. Oh no. It's weird. But also it's interesting because husbando doesn't count. Like I can have had the most socially, I can like go to a conference for a week, have the most socially intense time ever, come back home, and I need to be by myself. Well, not at all, because I'm just like, you don't count. So this is interesting. This is interesting. Explaining autism and cat behavior. There's actually a book. I read it when I was very, very young, actually, which is quite interesting. It's one of the things that kind of like segued me into psychology. And it's also one of the things that made me realize I might be neurodivergent, which is quite funny. This was a very long time before I got diagnosed too. It's a book called All Cats Have Autism. Now, bearing in mind, it came out in like 2005, so it's quite outdated. But it like, it literally just goes through and is like, I don't know, I can't even remember. I can't even remember what it says, but it's like, cats will either stare at you or refuse to make eye contact. There is no in between. That's me. I'm a avoiding eye contact type. That's me. I will never look in at your face type of person. Yeah. Got an email for a Russian paper research writing site thingy a while back, and I'm not even at uni. Oh god, not those things. There's like an entire like black market of like, it's really weird. Really weird, yes. Really weird. I think I read about this on Retraction Watch. Basically there's like an underground black market for research papers. So people, normally it's people in developing countries, will just basically spam out loads of low quality papers, and then they just add people to it. Like you can pay for a place on the authorship list. And in other cases, sometimes it will actually be professors at like Western universities will offer a paid place on the paper. So yeah, that's interesting. That's not good. Not good for science, really. No, no, no. If it wasn't for Tayu, I wouldn't have met you, and I'm grateful. Not everybody who does mental health topics is cool, but you are. Thank you, Boomer. Thank you. This is true, actually. I feel like Tayu, I don't know if you're still here. I'm going to talk about you. I'm sorry if this makes you uncomfortable. Tayu's been like such a consistently like, so consistently supportive, both as like as a viewer and a fellow content creator. Does that make sense? Like I've felt so supported by Tayu, and I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that I kind of do a little bit of the same, but I feel like I don't really have much brain capacity, and I kind of fail sometimes. But like Tayu is like, I've got a list of people where I was like, okay, these are the people that I really want to collab with. And Tayu is on the list. Let's put it that way. Yes. Yes, you're on the list. You're on the list. Yes, yes. It makes me really happy. I'm glad. I'm glad. I really appreciate it. I really do. I feel like I don't say it enough. Sometimes I feel like I should just like make a list of people who I appreciate. And it's like pretty much everybody who turns up regularly. There's also some people that don't turn up regularly that I really appreciate because they support in other ways. Like, and also people that lurk. I see you. I know you're here. I know that the lurkers are here. Obviously, I'll never say anything about you. Wow, yes. I never say anything about you, but I know you're here and I appreciate it. Yes. Hello, robot teapot. I see you. I see you. And I hope you're good. You're on the hit list. No, Tayo's not on the hit list. There's no hit list. It's the opposite. It's a good list. Wait. Oh gosh, things glitching. Things are glitching. Ah! It's broken. Oh god. Hi, Dead Hyperspace. Hello. I thought the name was familiar. I got to Tayu via Tipanya the other day. Small world. See, Tipanya's another one. Tipanya's also been very, very supportive behind the scenes and is also high up on my list.
Kleeper gifted a tier 1 sub to GeoGym 2006.
Thank you so much for the gift sub, Kleeper. Thank you so much. That's very generous. A GeoGym is a research assistant as well now, which I think is very funny because I believe GeoGym is actually GeoGym does science streams. We need a geologist apparently. Thank you so much for the gift sub, Kleeper. I'm watching you all. Yes, Husbando sees all. He sees everything. He sees everything. If you think that we don't see something, if you think that I miss a message, or if, I don't know, I miss something in the Discord, or if I miss something on social media, it's not true. Husbando sees all. And he tells me. To be fair, I see a lot of things too, and then I just don't have the... it's really bad at the minute. I keep saying it, but it's legit true. I don't know how else to phrase it. I just don't have the like mental capacity to do stuff at the minute. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like my whole brain is just consumed by thesis and job and other stuff too, and then I just forget how to exist. Yes. Time to open the anime university. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That'd be very funny. I would actually do that though. Time to open a Twitch-based university. Oh, that would actually be terrible. How does it feel to be married to science? This is a good question. Husbando, how does it feel to be married to science? I am, in fact, science impersonated. I am just walking science. Whenever you write a DM to your favorite VTuber, a boyfriend answers it. That was a thing going around on Twitter the other day, or like, well, it's probably a few weeks ago now. It was just everybody being like, oh yeah, VTubers managers are always like either their boyfriend or the person who wants to be their boyfriend. Which I thought was a very funny concept because obviously it's just completely ignoring the fact that, like, you know, men and also LGBT people can be VTubers. But, you know, it's fine. But we do kind of have that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like, he does genuinely act like I genuinely do ask him to be manager sometimes. I ask him to do manager stuff sometimes because my brain can't cope. Yes. That is exhaustion, burnout symptoms. So yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. This sounds about right. I've just accepted that I'm going to be in a state of permanent burnout for the next 2 months, and then it'll get to Christmas and I'm just going to lie face down in bed for 3 days and probably binge watch a really small brain, no thoughts, head empty anime, and then wake up and then feel refreshed and like I can function again. Yes. Oh no, we're not worth the effort for our Oshi. I'm sorry. I have exactly 1 effort and it's divided up among 17 things. So you're getting 1/17 of an effort. I have to pay my bills. It's now 2 weeks of me still not reading the conspiracy AI paper. Which conspiracy AI paper? Or is it, wait, is Conspirac, is that actually meant to say that? But if it's, is it the conspiracy AI paper where they they got people to talk to an AI LLM about, AI LLM, brilliant. They got people to talk to a large language model about conspiracy theories, and then it was like a robust intervention for conspiracy theory beliefs. Because if so, I haven't read that either. But I mean, I need to because I think I actually know somebody that's like on the paper, which is kind of embarrassing. I keep being like, oh yeah, I should read that every time I see them saying something about it, and then I never get around to it. That's my life at the minute. Oh dear. I'm trying to find if we're talking about the same paper. I will find a link to it. Because if not, then I might have just found you another interesting paper to read. Yes. There you go. Here you go. Here's a paper. Durably reducing conspiracy beliefs through dialogues with AI. There you go. That's a paper that's been on my to-read list as an urgent to-read for a while. Since it came out. It says it came out on the 13th of September, but it was pre-printed for way longer than that. Yeah. Yeah. Their boyfriend or wants to be their boyfriend. Meanwhile, Rin Penrose's manager screams in existential terror. Can you imagine? Rin Penrose is like an automatic exemption though, because like, yeah. She's ace, right? So she's just not interested. I feel like I would actually need an actual like I feel like I'm at the point where I need an actual assistant though, that's the thing. Like I get too many emails and I can't keep up with it anymore. It's in the name. Manager. That's pretty good actually. Oh, Psydere will watch Shikanoko. You know what? Funny you say that. Me and Husbando watched the first episode of Shikanoko. Yes, I'm trying. What is it? Shikanoko Noko Noko Kosh Tan Tan. Is that how it goes? That one. We watched the first episode, and it was like such a level of brain rot that I actually watched his IQ dropping in real time. So we might take a little while to come back to it. Don't worry, his IQ was restored subsequently. As PIs, we were taught that our grad students would burn out and we'd try to keep them standing. Yeah, I mean, it's good that they actually warned you of that, to be fair. It's good that they warned you of that, because I think it's kind of just a widely accepted thing, but it's also like kind of taboo in a weird way, isn't it? You gotta get to work in 20 minutes, time to fill my journaling. I hope you have a good day at work, night mind. Also, before you go, should we do the mindfulness task that I saw you redeem and then didn't process? Let's do that. Okay. Let's do the mindfulness task. So, you can use this for your journal. So, today, it's a reflection task. Let's see. Today's a reflection task. Take 10 undistracted minutes to reflect on the following quote and how it applies to life in this moment. And the quote is, sorry, I like stared at it and I just couldn't process what it was saying, even though it's a fairly simple one. Brilliant. Okay. This is going very well. Okay, the quote is, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I think it was the double negative that threw me. Okay, so our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time that we fall. It's a quote by Confucius. Of course it is Confucius. Yes, yes. The quote is silence. Yes. You know what this makes me think? This makes me think of something very specific. Makes me think of this. Yeah, that's what was going through my mind when I read it. I'm not gonna lie. I've had this stuck in my head anyway, so that wasn't, yeah. Now I have to, Now I have to find my... Wait, where did I put my music? Oh gosh, I've lost it. We just give up. We just listen to this instead. Iconic British music. Yes. Why do we fall Master Wayne? So that we can pick ourselves up. Exactly. We watched the Shrek trilogy. Is this in Shrek? What? Also, one time I went into a cafe and they were playing the Shrek soundtrack. And I still think about it quite regularly because I was sat there and I was working on my thesis. Let me put my normal background music on, it's distracting me. Okay. Yeah, I was listening to, I sat down in this cafe and I was working on my thesis. And then I think it was like specifically the Shrek 2 soundtrack. Right. What was the song? I think it was the one where it's like, oh god, what is it? Yeah, it was, okay. So first of all, it played it played All Star by Smash Mouth, because of course it did. And I was like, iconic. And then it played, I'm on my way by the Proclaimers, and I was like, huh, bit random. And then like it skipped, and then it played a random song. I can't remember what it was. And then it played Funky Town, and then it played Ever Fallen in Love, and then it played Accidentally in Love, and then it played Holding Out for a Hero. And then at that point I'd clocked, hang on, is this just a series of Shrek soundtracks? So yeah, that's one of my favorite cafes now, so that's good. Hi, Licorice Tarts, welcome in. Spooky Spooktober's. It is indeed, isn't it? It's almost... Wait, it's Halloween tomorrow. Oh gosh, okay. Scary. Scary because that means that I might have to interact with people on my way home. Oh no. Halloween's very, very big in Ireland because it's actually from here, apparently. Well, it's like here in Scotland it's from originally, but it's very, 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 very popular here. Must lock all the doors. Yeah. We need to hide. Do you plan to play the new psychological horror game, Tsunagari Chess School? No, I've never heard of it. What? Never heard of it. Wait, let me look this up. I don't actually really play, like, horror games, funnily enough. We are playing what I think is a horror game tomorrow, but it's not officially a horror game. Oh, it's like chess. What's horror about it? Oh, okay, hang on a second. It's okay, I can see. Okay. Spooky game like Doki Doki with cute anime girls. Yeah. Is it? If it's safe to play on stream, I probably could already. I probably could play it, but if it's short, then absolutely. But I'm not really playing like story-based games at the minute because I feel like I don't have the capacity to process them. I don't have the capacity to process much at the minute. I'm very tired all the time. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, maybe at some point actually in the new year, if not potentially. This is a horror game already. So true. Also, welcome in, Kunal. Welcome in. Hope you're good. I hope you're good. Yes, I am. The whole thing is a horror game. A PhD is a horror game. Thank you for the follow, Licorice Tarts. Whee! Follow a goal. Yay! Thank you. Welcome in. You know, that you've actually just consented to take part in the research, so it genuinely is a horror game. Okay, so where am I? What am I doing? I need a drink. Let's have a drink. But yeah, I'm sorry. We did the mindfulness task, and then I just like made a meme about it, and then we didn't even actually do it properly. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. It is genuinely just I get knocked down and I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. So I don't know what to make of it aside from that. Like, yes, it's good to be resilient and keep going, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, I don't know. Just don't fall. Exactly. Just don't fall. Unless you're me, in which case I'm clumsy and I'm falling all the time. I just walk into things. Just why stand up again? Exactly. This is why you're the philosopher. You're asking the deep questions. What does it mean to fall? What does it mean to stand up again? Why would I stand up again? What is the benefit of standing up? What does it mean to stand up? To me, Nichijou is still peak anime comedy. I've also never watched Nichijou. This is quite bad. This is quite bad. Our greatest glory is not in never getting knocked down, but in never getting kept down. Jhove Wamba Fuchsias. Okay. I wish I had like 3% of that ability to just like make things combine like that, because I still think about the Psydere George. I still think about that occasionally. Oh, incredible. What is up? That is a good question. What is up? What is down? I don't know anymore. I'm very tired. That's what's up. I don't really know what's going on. Yeah. I'm losing my functionality. How are you, Colonel? How are you doing? Am I saying your name right? I hope I am. What's up, dog? Oh no. Oh no. I wish I had that ability while talking instead of while writing. I don't know, I feel like it hits better when it's written, you know? I feel like it's more impactful with writing. Whereas when it's spoken, like, this might just be my preference. I'm very slow to process, like, spoken things. So I'm the person that's like, I'm told a pun or something like that, and then I just stare and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Can you say it again, please? And then they say it again and I'm like, still don't get it. Sorry. Yeah. Oh dear. Australia is down. So true. Down doesn't exist. Oh my gosh, the two things combined to Australia doesn't exist. My favourite conspiracy theory. It's pronounced as Kunal? Kunal? Is that closer? Kunal. I hope that's better. Thank you. Human life must be some kind of mistake. The truth is that the truth of all of this will be we'll get there eventually. Oh wait, this is a Schopenhauer quote. I love Schopenhauer. He's so funny. Okay, let's try. Okay. Human life must be some kind of mistake. The truth of this will be sufficiently obvious if we only remember that man is a compound of needs and necessities hard to satisfy, and that even when they are satisfied, all he obtains is a state of painlessness, where nothing remains to him but abandonment to boredom. This is direct proof that existence has no real value in itself. For what is boredom but the feeling of emptiness of life? If life, the craving for which, is the very essence of our being. What? No such thing as boredom at all. I feel like that cut off halfway through a word, but I might be wrong. No such thing as boredom at all. Mere existence would satisfy us in itself, and we should wait for nothing. Arthur Schopenhauer, Studies in Pessimism, the Essays. Yes. Schopenhauer, I'm sorry, I can't take Schopenhauer seriously. Being. Okay. Being. That was what was missing, I see. Kinda agree with Shopey. Shopey-kun, you're so weird. Me too. If there's more than 2 people speaking at the same time, it starts being difficult, except if I'm listening to podcasts. Literally same. I'm exactly the same. I actively prefer, like, for shorter form articles, I would actively prefer to listen to a podcast, right? Okay, podcasts come in, like, flavors, right? The really long ones that are, like, 2 or 3 hours long, sometimes I struggle with those and I have to split them up into chunks. But like the ones that are kind of shorter, like 20 minutes to an hour and a half, I can listen to those in one go. And I remember more of it than if I read the article equivalent or like the transcript. So yeah, completely fine if I'm listening to podcasts, but then I can literally have like the same two people in front of me in a room and I'm listening to the conversation and I struggle. Like, or like if it's 3 people, I can have the same 3 people in the same room as me and now I can't follow their conversation, even though I could when it was recorded. I do not know why. Like, why? Why is my brain like this? I suffer. Someone should remember that anhedonia is a depression symptom. This is true. If you feel like you have no intrinsic enjoyment out of anything, that's not good. That's not, yeah. Well, I mean, if you're happy with it, then it's fine. But if it's causing you distress, you should get professional help. Schopenhauer is like, of course people don't feel anything at best. Isn't everyone like that? Maybe he... Maybe he was just neurodivergent, let's be honest. he gave very, like, based on what I've read about and of Schopenhauer, he was very neurodivergent. Yeah. Yeah. It would make sense, yeah. Yeah. I think we should call him Shopikun. Auditory processing issues, yes. Yes. Yeah. I think as a side effect of neurodivergence, I think I read that ADHD prevents feeling satisfaction after completing tasks. Yeah, I've had that too. I don't think I've seen it in the literature, but I have heard it. I don't know if it's just an ADHD thing though. I think we've actually had this conversation on stream before now I think about it, but I'm also kind of like that. I don't really get satisfaction after completing things. I get more satisfaction in the process of doing it, if that makes sense. So I end up having quite a lot of stuff that I start and I maintain, but then I never finish it, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I don't have ADHD, so maybe it's a neurodivergent thing in general. Don't know. Just speculation though. I feel like this is the kind of thing that it's the kind of thing I really want to do some reading into, and I just never get around to it. So, yeah. Mere existence, by itself, is but sailing an empty ocean into an endless setting sun. Some idiot. I feel like you can put anything in a quote and then say it's by someone. How do you prevent misinformation with quotes? This is a good question. If we're talking Shopee quotes, I'll share my favorite one. Please do. Sorry, I'm drinking. And I started reading. It's pizza time, Spider-Man. I love it when Spider-Man said it's pizza time and then started pizzaing all over the place. When we read, another person thinks for us. We merely repeat his mental process. In learning to write, the pupil goes over with his pen what the teacher has outlined in pencil. So in reading, the greater part of the work of thought is already done for us. This is why it relieves us to take up a book after being occupied with our own thoughts. And in reading, the mind is in fact only the playground of another's thoughts. So it comes about that if anyone spends almost the whole day in reading, and by way of relaxation devotes the intervals to some thoughtless pastime, he gradually loses the capacity for thinking. Just as the man who always rides at last forgets how to walk. This is the case with Sorry. This is what I mean by I can't take Schopenhauer seriously. Sorry, I will finish this. This is the case with many learned persons. They have read themselves stupid. Oh, Shopee. Oh, Shopee. Shopee is silly. No, he didn't read. Shopee walks into a room, there's a sign up, he says, good thing I can't read. He's got a point. Kind of, actually. I don't know, it depends, doesn't it? It depends on whether you're engaging with the reading and thinking and critically reflecting upon it, or if you're just absorbing it and then regurgitating it, you know? He likes reading just in moderation. Me too. Me too. By checking your reference section. This is so true. This is the best way to prevent misinformation. Check your reference section. Yes. Share your references. Otherwise, I'll be sad. Moderation is for the weak. I'm gonna spend all of my time reading and you can't stop me. I don't believe in moderation. I'm just going to read. I'm going to read until my eyes bleed and you can't stop me. I'm going to read until I can't think anymore. And then I'm going to ride until I can't walk anymore. What does he even mean by that? What if you're like, I'm assuming this was back in horse times. If you just ride on a horse, you forget how to walk yourself. I don't think that's how it works, my dude. Regarding satisfaction at finishing things, I wonder if it's something we can train. Like if anything, I tend to feel relief at the stress being over, but maybe if I take the time to actively tell myself to be proud of the thing, maybe it will sink in. That's a good question. Because I do feel like you can train yourself to do pretty much anything. So yeah, this is a very good question. Huh. Now I want to do a self-experiment to see if I can train myself to do that. Should I do that? Should I do a self-experiment to see if I can train myself to feel proud of stuff? Because I feel like the PhD, that's going to be like a reset, right? Like, that's the thing that I have to feel proud of whether I want to or not, you know? Which I've also been told inevitably I will not feel proud of. Because I'll sit there and I'll, you know, before my defense and I'll be like, oh gosh, look at all of these typos, look at all of these terrible methodological mistakes. Oh gosh, I found a problem in my analysis. Oh dear, it's all gone wrong. So like, it's one of those weird things where like I'm forced to be proud of it and I'll never be proud of it at the same time. It's like Schrodinger's pride. But maybe it'll like reset my brain, you know? Maybe it'll reset my brain. Shobi thinks that reading is like scrolling TikTok. Maybe he just knew it was coming. Maybe he knew. He knew something we didn't. Schopenhauer. Shopi-kun! What did you know? Oh dear. Pavlov yourself. I'm going to. I'm gonna Pavlov myself. I'm gonna classical condition. No, wait, it'd be operant. I'm gonna operant condition so hard. God, that sounds weird. Oh dear. You ride a horse for a year, you might want to saw your legs off, but probably won't forget. Yeah, right? If you're riding a horse for a year and you're not walking at all, I think you're gonna have bigger problems. Like, you're gonna have some gout or something, because it's all gonna, like, you're gonna get swelling in your ankles or something. and very, very sore bum. Oh dear. He watches Coco Melon one time and thinks that's what all of his videos are like. Oh. Actual dog trainers beg to differ. They say you can't teach any dog any trick, at least not ethically, and not without creating time bombs. Yeah, this is true. There is limits to it, isn't there? I don't actually know that much about like how behavioral psychology has progressed, because like what I've done is almost entirely just like social and cognitive. Like I really don't know much about anything else. Yeah. Hi Fi, how you doing? Yes, I am indeed streaming. I am streaming. How could you tell? What gave it away? How are you doing? I hope you're good. You should remember that he who writes for fools always finds a large public. Oh my god, Schopenhauer popped off. You should remember that he who writes for fools always finds a large public. A precondition for reading good books is not reading bad ones, for life is short. Wow. Schopenhauer was the original I don't like it because it's popular. Schopenhauer would have said that Jujutsu Kaisen is mid. Oh no. Oh no. One ride with me and you'll forget how to walk tomorrow. Oh lord. Schopenhauer-kun, calm down. I just found a sign out for the Pavlovian dog-themed VTuber I know. Always remember to Pavlov yourself. That was so good. Also, there's a Pavlovian dog VTuber? What? First of all, is this real or have you just made this up? Second of all, if you've just made it up, this is brilliant. I'm actually like processing this. This is very, very good. Very good concept. The Pavlovian dog themed VTuber is just all Twitch VTubers, isn't it? You and your Twitch redeems. Don't attack me like this. Please. Is it the redeems or is it the subs? Like, I feel like we get operant conditioned into doing silly things for subs. Yes, I agree. Jujutsu Kaisen is mid Arthur Schopenhauer, the art of today. Oh, classic. He's real? Although calling it themed is maybe a little much, I think he's just a dog named Pavlov. Okay. That's still good though. That's still good. And also that's a very good concept for another psychologist science communicator, you know? Particularly one focusing on behavioral psychology. That's a very good concept. I love it. I'm the opposite. I condition my subs to do what I want. Oh wait, different subs. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm very wholesome. Aha. Domain expansion, behavioral conditioning. Oh my gosh. That. Okay, so the result of this stream is I want to make a concept for a Pavlov's dog science communication VTuber. I want to poll everybody to find out demographics. I want to do some research into existential dread on the internet. And also I want to write a parody of Schopenhauer where he just calls Jujutsu Kaisen mid. This is such a good creative endeavor. We've got some good back and forth. We're bringing up some good content ideas. Average psychologist. This channel is the highest IQ brain rot. I take that as a compliment. Thank you. It's brain rot, except you're starting at 200 IQ, so it just brings you down to 150. This isn't just brain rot. This is Mensa brain rot. Thank you very much. There's nothing but Mensa tier brain rot in this chat. If you had dog ears, then you're already there. This is true. This is true, but I feel like this would be a very good concept, like, for a separate thing. I don't know. I can ask ChatGPT to do that. What, the Schopenhauer parody where he calls Jujutsu Kaisen mid? Please do. I would read that. It sounds very funny. Hi, Towerz. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're good. I hate Mensa. I think everybody hates Mensa, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Yes, please ask ChatGPT to do it. We love that. Brain fermentation. Still productive, kind of. Exactly. Exactly. It's not brain rot, it's brain fermentation. Yes. we you know what though? Am I right in thinking that if it's fermenting, then the wrinkles might get deeper? But that means that you're getting smarter, right? Because the more surface area means that the bigger brain you are. Yes. That's definitely how it works. Brain kombucha, yummy. Delicious. Why does... I swear, like, every 3 months or so, we, like, loop back round to eating brains. It's very strange. If I don't have a zombie VTuber... VTuber? No. If I don't have a zombie magical girl outfit, zombie idol, maybe we should do zombie idol like that one anime. If I don't have a zombie outfit for next Halloween, I'm going to be very disappointed. Time to add dog ears toggle and call it Pavlov mode. I might do it. I could swap them out. Instead of the cat ears, we could do dog ears. Another great Shopee quote. Man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Wow, hating men is so popular now. Hi, Blue Jay, how you doing? We're not actually doing physics. I called the title that because I was meant to be playing Suika game and it's like physics based, and then I never got round to booting it up, and it's been an hour and a half and I'm probably not going to at this point, to be honest. Well, I guess we could do like we could still do a few quick rounds, actually. I could do that. We could do that. The problem is that I like the second that I start focusing on something, I can't yap anymore. That's the problem. You are what you eat. So if you eat high IQ brains, you become high IQ brain. Exactly. Can confirm that's definitely how it works. Okay, can you confirm or deny the whole brain wrinkle thing? I thought I remembered it being based on some outdated eugenicsy thing, but then people were like, nah, that's how the brain grows surface area, and now I don't know. Okay, so I'm obviously not a neuroscientist, so take what I'm going to say with a pinch of salt, but my understanding is that in small mammals, the brain is smooth, and then in larger mammals, the brain tends to be wrinkled. And it is for the higher surface area, so the wrinkles increase the surface area, because basically there's two layers of brain. There's like the outside layer, the grey matter, the cortex, where information processing actually happens, and then inside it's white matter, which you can kind of just think of like the internet cables under the sea. Like, they just connect everything together, they don't do any processing in and of themselves. That's my vague understanding. Bear in mind, this is based on undergraduate level psychology, so it might be a bit wrong. But human brains, from what I understand, are particularly wrinkled because we need to maintain a smaller head size because of the way that we reproduce. So it means that we need to have more wrinkles because it basically increases the surface area while decreasing the brain size and then therefore decreasing the head size. That's my understanding of it. That being said, my understanding is also that yes, it did then lead to weird eugenicsy stuff of like, oh, head size. It was like around head size, and like if your head is this big, then you're smarter or something like that, which is not true. The level of difference between somebody with like, I don't know, a 30 centimeter skull and somebody with a 28 centimeter skull, it's negligible. We're talking in terms of like differences between species, basically. So like, yeah. Yeah. So the eugenicsy stuff is very strange. Yeah. I'm unsure if the brain wrinkle thing is even experimentally verifiable at the minute. Yeah, my understanding is that it's all just based on theoretical stuff and they haven't actually verified it yet. This is the thing. But it's weird because I was still taught it at undergraduate psychology. So there must be some degree of basis for it. But I don't know what that basis is because I never took a in-depth neuroanatomy class. Like, I took a class that was like specifically neuropsychology, as in testing people who have suffered brain injuries or like have dementia or something like that to see how their cognitive abilities change. And then, you know, we were kind of roughly taught how does this match up with damage to areas of the brain, but I don't know anything about like the actual in-depth like underlying biology of it. So yeah, that's my understanding of it. Like I said, might be wrong, probably am wrong. I am basing this off undergraduate knowledge, and I did undergraduate a disturbingly long time ago. So yeah. I did journal club presentation in my lab yesterday and it was the second time in my life. Oh, I'm so tired. Well done for doing it. Oh, it's scary the first few times you do it, but you do get used to it. I'm sure you did great. But yeah, if you're tired, you should definitely rest. It's very important to do that. Basically, the concept of mind flayers. Yes. Personally, I think free will is a self-contradictory concept, like invisible blue ponies. Oh, that's too philosophical for me right now. I know I normally have an opinion on that, but I can't remember what it is. Personally, I stay silly. Me too. Me too. Got it. Anything she says is facts and not disputable. You may not argue with me. I am the magical girl psychologist. You may not argue. And if you argue, then I will just use my mind manipulation techniques on you. And then your perception will be that I'm correct. There's also phrenology brain rot. Yeah, phrenology is weird. I don't even know. Oh no. One of those weird things where like I can kind of see where they were coming from originally, but then like the fact that they continued it on for so long, even when the evidence was saying this is not how it works. Ugh. Oy. No. I've just heard someone say Evo psychology is the new god on some. Yeah. Kind of, sometimes it feels like it is. It's interesting how evolutionary psychology and religion tend to overlap in a very weird way. Yeah. Like the people that I know that are really into evolutionary psychology, like half of them are hardcore atheists and the other half of them are religious. Like really religious, and I'm like, eh. I'm confused. Tell me about it. Hey. Sometimes I let you be right. Husbando's normally right, to be honest. He knows a lot more stuff than I do. I know a lot about weirdly specific things, and he's like a generalist and actually knows things about a range of things, so. And they're a lot more useful than what I know. Thank you for the follow, Chip Scarman. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? I hope you're good. You've just consented to take part in the research. You're a participant now. Hi, how you doing? I think there's too many different things people mean by free will that I think that insisting on this one term of them is all a bit weird. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I like your angry face. This one. I don't use it very much. I actually do have quite a few toggles and I very rarely use them. I've got a smug one. I use that the most because it's quite funny. I don't know why my eyes keep shutting. Oh well. I've got this one too. I don't, like I said, I don't know why I never use it. Strange. I do actually have a happy one, which I also never use. They don't know. Yes, smug. Yes, yes. Everyone's favorite emote. Yes. She'll destroy us with her psychological powers. Exactly. I'm gonna manipulate. I'm gonna use my ability to manipulate perception to make you all think that I am an anime girl on the internet and that I know what I'm talking about. EvoPsych tends to attract people who want to use it to justify what they already believe, as if that's what a descriptive science is supposed to do. Yeah, this is very true. This is very true. This is very, very, very true, and also my experience overwhelmingly with EvoPsych. Because like it's such a malleable framework, and there's so little way to confirm or falsify large chunks of it that you can just kind of make a post hoc evolutionary explanation for pretty much anything. Like I can sit here and I can be like, oh, why do people watch VTubers instead of flesh tubers? What is the actual word? Like face cam streamers. Why do people watch VTubers instead of facecam streamers? Oh, it is because they generally look younger. They've got big eyes, and that means that they're cute because it taps into our evolutionary tendency to want to protect cute things, and that is the attraction to them. And also some of them are our lewd, and that triggers the neurons because we want to reproduce, because that's all we're good for, is just reproducing. See, you can make evolutionary psychology out of anything, and that's why I don't trust it. That's extremers or flesh tubers, yes, exactly. Yes. Can I send the title of a video? You absolutely can. If you want me to react to it at some point, there is a psychologist reacts, like, for one channel point thing, and I will get around to, I'll have a quick vet of it, and then if it seems appropriate, then I'll put it in a playlist, and one day I'll be brave enough to start doing reaction videos. I want to do them ethically though, and this is the thing I'm trying to work out, is how to do it ethically so that there's like actual credit on screen, and like I link people to the video, and you know, I'm actually doing something useful with it. Because I don't want to just sit here and watch people's content. It feels musty. It feels weird. Yeah. I don't know. With the growth of AI, soon loose generative AI will take over all of the internet and become new gods, implying it hasn't already. That internet theory, innit? EvoPsych gets such a bad rap that the skeptical scientist in me really wants a good response video. Don't want to dunk on them so hard forever unless they deserve it. Yeah, this is the thing, is that like I feel like it could be helpful, but the problem is that like there's no, like, it's really difficult to discern, you know, what is this, like, is this pattern actually evolutionary, or is it something that we just see in a lot of cultures because there was colonialism, right? Like, because some countries have invaded other countries and it has now become part of their culture. It's really, really hard to tell it apart. So, yeah. And like, if they could address that as a key thing, and then also answer like, why does it always end up playing into weird stereotypes? Like, that would be helpful. But I will say, there is one theory that I actually actively like that has an evolutionary psychology component to it, and that is called social roles theory. I think who did it? I want to say it was Alice Eagley, and I'm gonna have a quick look. Yeah, social role theory. Alice Eagley and Wood. W. Wood. I don't know what the W stands for though. Who are you, W. Wood? Wood? Hello? Who are you? I don't know. I can't find their first name anywhere. But yeah, so Alice Eagley and Wood. I'm still trying to find it. Wendy Wood, there we go. Wendy Wood. They put forward this social role theory of sex differences, right? So basically they say that there is an evolutionary component to gender differences because most people are cisgender, and there are biological differences between males and females. Okay, talking like purely, even when you're getting down to the biology of it, it's still complicated because things still fall on continuums. But you know, put that aside. And then like there are these biological differences, but then on top of that, because of that, there's like stereotypes that develop based on those biological differences, which then enhance them. So they argue that like the biological differences, they're kind of like the fundamental stuff, like the fact that, you know, females give birth and males do not. But that creates stereotypes around like, well, females are forced to carry a child during pregnancy for 9 months and then breastfeed. So then the stereotype develops that women, as in, you know, cisgender females, are the ones that are like caring for the children, and then that in turn develops further into a cultural stereotype of women are nurturing, and then that in turn fuels like gender, like gender, like intensification of gender roles. So that was one that I quite liked because it has both the evolutionary and the cultural component to it. And there's a direct link between the two. I felt like that was like a bit more cohesive than a lot of the other ones that I've read. Yes. In this talk, I will discuss the evolutionary psychology between Hatsune Miku. I would actually listen to that though, like out of pure interest. Pure interest. You should toggle smug face more often since you Maybe I should. Hi Almantis, how you doing? Studying history has taught me that everything that's this generation is 3,000 years old and everything that's human nature is 100 years old. Honestly. That seems so accurate. I hate how accurate it feels. I feel like I need to know more history. This is like a real bit where I'm like lacking. I really don't know much about history in general. And I want to know more. But I just, yeah, same thing as always. I don't have enough brain capacity at the minute. I'm fitting a whole 80,000 word document in there and I don't really have much room for much else. Oh dear. The A and I in Psydere stands for artificial intelligence. It's true, I am just the Rin Penrose AI, so this is accurate. Gametes come in two sizes, large gametes or ova and small gametes or sperm. The size difference is massive. Human ova are 10 million times larger than human sperm. Thank you for that tidbit of information. By clicking that I want to know more button from Starship Troopers, but it's Benedict Anderson's Imagined Communities. I wish that consuming good quality information was that easy, actually. Can you imagine? Like, low-key, I always think, like, I wish I could download stuff into my brain, but then I'm like, I think about the reality of what that would involve, and I'm like, no thanks, I'm scared. I don't like it. Philosophy of gender and stuff is pretty interesting. Yeah. I think it's interesting, because, like, I feel like a lot of it is generalizable to other groups too. Like I see a lot of stuff around the philosophy of like various, like say for example the philosophy of gender, and it's like, isn't this just kind of similar to how a lot of other categories are constructed? But obviously gender's quite unique because we all experience or don't experience it to some extent. I don't know. Whereas like in other cases you can be kind of willfully ignorant. I posted the I posted the Schopenhauer essay on Jujutsu Kaisen, but it lacks that characteristic depressed, oblivious, and sarcasm. Yeah, I can imagine that'd be really hard to... I feel like we just need to find a Schopenhauer excerpt that best encapsulates, I think this thing is mid, and then just put Jujutsu Kaisen in there.
Hello, Psydere. Hello, chat.
Thank you, Sean. Hi, Lord TABAL. How you doing? Hello, how you doing? I hope you're good. Thank you so much for the resubscribe. Thank you. It's been 11 months. It's been 11 months. I'm having a crisis. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sticking around for 11 months and supporting for 11 months. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, though. That means that that means that I first said I'm about to submit my PhD 11 months ago, and that's kind of making me stressed. Oh dear. I wish Butler was a good writer because they're correct on like 90% of the time, but just the worst slog to read. I have made an attempt at exactly one Butler paper, and I got like half a page in, and I was like, I can't do this. Because I just don't understand what you're saying. Butler is one of the few people where I would advocate, like, genuinely just get the AI summary. books for grad school? Good lord, that would take me an entire year in itself. Oh my gosh. I don't envy you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I struggled with it a lot. I barely read. Me too at the minute. Me too. I wish I could delete stuff from my brain. I mean, some stuff gets deleted over time anyway. You just forget stuff. You actually forget most stuff if you think about it. Like, how many times you've been asked, oh, like, what did you do yesterday? And you're like, We forget a lot of stuff. So much easier to watch 100 TikToks that tell you that your electrical sockets are good to lick. This is true. Schopenhauer would never approve. Oh my gosh. Imagine getting full screen ads downloaded into your brain. Ugh, that's one of the reasons why I would not. No. It's a phenomenal shitpost idea. I want the Schopenhauer. I'm determined to make this happen. We need to collectively as a community, we need to write a Schopenhauer essay about why Jujutsu Kaisen is mid. And then I will do a dramatic reading of it for the YouTube channel. This is what needs to happen. I'll do that as some kind of celebration. If we can get this done in the next few weeks, I can do this for like the streaming anniversary celebration. Schopenhauer VTuber when? Absolutely not. That would be Twitch TOS instantly. Can you imagine? So Schopenhauer VTuber is basically just speedrunning getting banned for sexism. Come on. You're well, but you have to cook. Enjoy your cooking and enjoy your lurking. Thank you, Lord to Basil. I always appreciate it. Thank you. Middle age, middle income, midlife crisis. Don't attack me like this. Just kidding. I've got the midlife crisis, but not the other two yet. Character AI. Yeah, we need to develop a Schopenhauer character AI. That's even better. Wasn't even doing gender studies. It wasn't even that important. Oh lord. I really don't know how you did that. Like, I don't know. Not just sexism, also fetishizing the Prussian military. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's a TOS violation speedrun. It would be very funny though. It would be very funny. I personally feel like this would be very funny. I wanted to include middle class, but middle class would be like top 30% income. Middle class doesn't... So UK is very weird. The UK is very weird because class and income aren't intrinsically tied together. So like, if I... Like, because of the fact that I'm well educated, if I suddenly got like yeeted into like social housing and had no money, I would still be middle class. Because I'm well educated and I have connections and I'm intellectual. That was sarcastic. No, but I actually still would be. So yeah, and also accent. Accent is a big part of it. Where you grew up. Yeah. I'm like a developed into middle class though. I wasn't middle class growing up, but yeah. It's got like an entire like social dynamic element to it in the UK. It's very interesting. I thought that he was criticized. I thought he criticized Hegel, or he was criticized by Hegel. Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know much about Schopenhauer apart from that I find his writing extremely funny. So, like, all of it just reads like a shitpost, let's be honest. It's brilliant. It's so good. He regularly hosted parties sucking up to soldiers. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds about right. It's interesting. I really don't know much about I really don't know much about the people behind like the readings that I've done, which feels wrong. I feel like we've got, I was very much like just taught to just consume the things. And then I started realizing like, oh wait, you know, like psychologists are people. Wait a second. Because I remember I met a professor who's like very, very famous in like social psychology. And they were absolutely lovely. So that was very cool. But I was like, oh, wait, I read your paper during undergrad. Like your famous paper. I wonder. Wait. I was getting some water, but I'm gonna put the lid back on and then let's see. Criticized Hegel. Ah, I see. Got to emigrate to the UK for the upward mobility. Honestly, it ain't that. Like, I still don't know how I did it. Statistically, I should not be where I am. What was I gonna search? I've just forgotten. Oh yeah, I remember now. This paper. That's what I was gonna search. That is the wrong person. This is the right person. There we go. Yeah, so when I say I met a big professor, I mean their top paper has been cited 12,000 times. And I had read this paper when I was an undergrad, and I was like, you know, this is a very fancy statistical paper. I'm sure they're a very serious person. And then I met them, and they were like the funniest person. They were one of the funniest people I've ever met. Like, they were such a pleasure to talk to. They were just nothing but vibes, kind of gave hippie energy, which was not what I got from the paper whatsoever, which was extremely funny. So yeah, that was one of the things that reminded me that papers and you know, psychologists are people, and there is a person behind the paper, and sometimes they're not the person that you expect them to be, and that makes it even more fun. It's not hard to criticize Hegel. I did not understand it. It must be gibberish and poorly written. That's me. Every time that I criticize anything, I did not understand it. It must be bad. No, I'm joking. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, I try. If I don't understand it, I just put it down and then come back to it another time when maybe I will understand it. That's my approach. Every person I've ever met who actually understood Hegel was completely incapable of understanding any non-Hegel related idea. Is Hegel a neurotype? Like, is Hegel a new type of neurodivergence? I clinically diagnose you with Hegel. Is it Hegel or Hegel? I've only ever heard Hegel. I've only ever heard Hegel in real life, so I don't know. Maybe, wait, now I'm paranoid because you've said bagel. Like a video game skill tree, you choose Hegel, it locks you out of all the other forms of knowledge. Oh, so true. And yet Marx decided to base his philosophy on him and ended up somewhere on the left for some reason. Hegelian ego is my beloved. Is this a thing? Is it? Wait. I know the meme, but are they a thing? It's pronounced Hegel? What? What? It's not, by the way. Okay, good. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. This is like that time when I realised this whole time I'd been spelling theorem wrong. And I only realised because we debuted V theorem. And then Fire was like, by the way, you've been spelling theorem wrong. No, actually, Fire wasn't like that. I Googled it and I realised I'd been spelling theorem wrong. And then Fire was like, oh, I thought it was a British spelling. I remember. Oh no. And I'm still not over it. I'm still upset by it. It's pronounced Hegel. Hegel. Okay, so it is like Hegel. Okay. I trust you, Yoavko. I trust you. I feel like everyone else is bullying me. A distant cousin of He-Man, exactly. Never heard it, just read it. Yeah, I think I've heard it once. I went to a conference where I still don't know how, but I somehow ended up in like an entire morning long stream of talks that I couldn't leave. Because it was like a closed seminar almost. Like once you were in, you couldn't leave, and it was philosophy. Like this wasn't at a philosophy conference. I don't know how I still don't know how I ended up here. I think I might have stumbled across something that I shouldn't have stumbled across. And like they were just using big words, and I very distinctly remember the one of the talkers being like, and now we're talking about Hegelian philosophy, and I was like, oh, I don't know what that is. Yeah. So that was an experience. I want to tell some conference stories at some point, because I've got some really wacky conference stories. I've got some wacky ones. Look up hesis, antithesis, synthesis. Oh wait, look up Hesis? Is it Hesis? Antithesis, synthesis by Luke Correa on YouTube. I will forget. Put it in the Discord. Hey girl. Hey girl, are you into philosophy? Because I don't understand you. Yeah. I thought it was like artificer, and then like last year had D&D company say artificer. Yeah, and I was like, oh. Yeah, there was a word that I had that was like that too, and I've forgotten what it was, but it was like very dramatically wrong, and I got corrected in front of an entire seminar of people, and it was very sad. It might have been hegemonic. I still don't know if I'm saying it right. Oh, you meant thesis. Oh, okay. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Yes. Any thoughts on the psychology to think tank pipeline? Ooh, that's a good question. It feels like a lot of people, like a lot of psychologists at the minute, are leaving academia to either go and work in tech or work in think tanks or set up a blog. It feels like this is a thing that's happening more and more. And I don't have any thoughts on it. Because I'm personally a believer in like diversity of knowledge production, and I think that different systems produce different things that are useful. So aside from that, I have no really strong thoughts. Yeah. Thesis nuts. Yes. Up until near end of high school. Bologna? Is it Bologna? I don't actually know. It was called Bologna. That's valid. When I was growing up, my mother used to call spaghetti carbonara spaghetti carabona. And I still don't know how she did that. Thank you for the follow, Ahmed Nasta. Welcome in. How you doing? I hope you're good. You've just consented to take part in research. You're a participant now. I mean, people go where money is. This is true. Like, if you're being paid better elsewhere, why would you stay in academia? It really is like that. What's up, Doc? That's a good question. I'm not a doc yet, but soon, TM. Soon. 2 months, hopefully. Maybe 3 months. Actually, it depends on where my defense is. Wait, where's my defense? 3 to 4 months, I will be a doc, potentially, if I don't get major corrections. How goes it? It goes okay. It goes okay, thank you. How are you? I hope you're good. What's the research? What's this research? Wait, is this Zoomer slang? TGing? Is this Zoomer slang that I can't process? For example, thesis, nerd, antithesis, jock, synthesis, tech bro. It is kind of like that, isn't it? It's kind of like that. I could go from some spaghetti carabona. Yes. No, it was more like Cara boner. It was literally like a bone apple teeth meme, like. I'm getting loopy from working on VOD thumbnails. That's a mood. I'm loopy from marking a large amount of student papers. You need to sleep? No problem, Yuavko. Thank you so much for joining the stream, and I hope you get some good sleep. Rest in peace. I hope you do rest in peace, but not in the societal phrase way, if that makes sense. Yes, yes. Have been at least feeling an uptake of papers that reference blogs. I think it's becoming more acceptable. Like, if it's a good quality blog, then why not, you know? Like, I've seen a paper that referenced a series of tweets, like a tweet thread. Now, it was a tweet. I don't know. Okay. It was a tweet thread from Ayla. If anyone's under 18, do not look her up. Now I've said that, you're gonna do it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, double raid. Hello. Hello. Thank you for the raids, Dead Moldy Tree, and also Nap. Hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raids. I can't shout you out both simultaneously, so I'm gonna have to try and do you one at a time, if that's okay. So I'm gonna do Dead Moldy Tree first. How are you both? Dead Moldy Tree, you were first by literally a second, so you get the first shout out. Thank you very much. How are you doing? What were you up to? What were you up to? Yes, the carnivorous plant is here. Yes, yes. Hello. Yes, yes. You get the shout out soon. Yeah, so Dead Moldy Tree, if you're here, no worries if you're not. You are here. Okay, good. Hello. What were you streaming? How are you? What were you streaming? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. And then also Nep, of course. Hello. How are you? Thank you also for the raid. Welcome in. Played web fishing. So nice. And hello for the raiders. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. I'll give you all hello in a second. I am Psydere. I am a psychologist. That's literally it. That's my whole VTuber lore. I'm a psychologist. No, I'm a psychologist magical girl. So I transform into a magical girl and fight misinformation about psychology, because good lord, there is a lot of it. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Rastacha. Hello, Kaosang. Hello, Mampus. Hello, Bad Boy 67. Hello, Tin Man. Hi, Nep. Hi, Dead Moldy Tree. Hello, Kylit Twee. Is that everybody? Yes, I think that's everybody. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all good. So, Nep, you were playing web fishing together. That's very cute. I keep seeing... Oh, and you were streaming with Nep. Oh, you both raided in together. That's so cute. That makes me really happy. Thank you. Thank you. You finally got to raid into me, Nep. You've ended the streak of me only ever raiding into you. Well done. Yeah, how you doing? I hope you're good. That's very cool. I'm into psychology as well. Nice. We love that. Yeah, so I'm actually a psychologist, like a psychological scientist. That's my job, kind of, I guess. I'm finishing a PhD at the minute. When I say I'm finishing it, it's meant to be submitting at the end of the year, as in December, which is terrifying. So, yeah. Can I do the shout out for Nep yet? Yes, I can. Perfect. There you go. Dead Moldy Tree, I don't know much about you. What do you normally stream? But for anyone that doesn't already follow Nep, you absolutely should. Nep is another member of VTheorem and does educational content about horticulture and entomology, which is extremely cool. And also, Nep, your streams in general are just very chill, and I love them. I love having them on in the background. You have such nice vibes all the time. Love that. Very good. Kind of a triple raid, since Callie raided Nep just before she raided out. Oh, no way! Oh my gosh, it's the triple raid. Thank you, Callie, also. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all good. I hope you're all good. I was meant to be playing a game today, and then I just gave up. I've just been yapping instead. It kind of, that happens sometimes. Stream random games every day. Lately 100% Plants vs Zombies, but it's usually games with friends. That's so nice. That's so nice. I'm a zombie tree. Is that your theme, a zombie tree? I love that. I love that so much. I love that so much. It's very cute. In the biz, call it tail cool raid. I've always wanted to study psychology but never got around to it. There are some really good like resources to be able to study it now, like in general. I think there's starting to become more and more really good online content, like on YouTube and stuff. But also you can get entire textbooks entirely for free now, which is kind of wild. I think, yeah, if you wanted a place to start, I'm happy to give some suggestions. I'm always happy to do that. Probably starting with YouTube because I'm more kind of aware of the YouTube psychology, science, communication stuff than I am of like open textbooks and stuff. But I'm sure I could also find one of those if you wanted one. Once you get your PhD, money's going to be flowing in, right? That's how it works, right? Nobel Prizes and stuff. I mean, I'll make enough to survive, so that'll be good. That'll be an improvement of, you know, being a student where my income is 0. So, yeah. Lots of psychology MOOCs as well. Yes, we love MOOCs. So anyone that doesn't know, a MOOC is like a online, like it's an open, what does it stand for again? What does the M stand for? Massive online open course. That's what it stands for. Yes, very, very good. Very good. Listen to the Psychology in Seattle podcast a lot. I actually don't know that podcast, which is quite shocking. I know most of the psychology podcasts. That's why. Okay. So it's more of a, so it looks like it's more of a therapy potentially orientated podcast. See, I'm very much like the science side of psychology. I like to think of psychology as kind of being similar to like, you know, in anime, like I think, well, let's be honest, it was like a certain magical index and a certain scientific railgun that started this trope. But the trope of like magic and science being like kind of two sides of the same coin, that but like psychology is that like we're art and science at the same time, and like the therapy is the art stuff, and then there's the science side, and I'm firmly in the science side. I'm a psychologist, but I'm a social psychologist, so I'm qualified to do research and not to interact with people. No, well, not outside of the lab anyway. But yeah, I can't give any advice or anything. Most psychologists would not do that anyway because that's not ethical. But yeah, I don't do therapy or anything. I don't work with people with mental health problems. I do research because I'm very cool and definitely am not socially inept. I forgot to say also, thank you for the follows, Calitwee, Dead Moldy Tree, and Tom2089RR. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome in. You didn't know it when you pressed the button, but that means you've all consented to take part in my research. So you're participants now. Welcome in. I swear I only do ethical research. Massive online open course. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. If you have a data science background, you can probably do some interesting psychology stuff using public or scraped internet data. See, this is the thing. This is what I'm thinking. So I have like a mixed methods background, right? So I can do both a bit of quantitative and a bit of qualitative research. And there is so much data that is just available on the internet. And the thing is, the general rule is if it's public domain, you know, run it by somebody like in an ethics board, like who knows what they're doing. But generally you don't need to go through the formal process of like getting ethical approval from an IRB if it's public domain data. So I could in theory scrape stuff, but I could scrape stuff for quantitative research, but I could also do qualitative. So I don't know, for example, if I wanted to go through like a podcast series that's interviewing people about something, I could in theory just do it. I could just use the transcripts. Obviously there is a copyright element to it too. So if, for example, you're doing if you're using like interview transcripts, for example, from a podcast, you should really contact the people in charge of the podcast and get their permission to use it, like for copyright purposes. But aside from that, yeah, if it's public domain, you can generally use it for research purposes. So, yeah. thought that science and magic were in opposition. Kind of. It's complicated. They kind of have the same effects though, right? So like the science people are espers and they can use powers, and then the magic people are magic. The sorcerers, yes, they're sorcerers and they can also use powers. That's what I kind of mean. They kind of qualitatively seem the same, but they're kind of different in there was a line of thought with that. They seem like they're part of the same thing. They're kind of qualitatively different, but also kind of the same. They have the same effect, basically. I think that's where I was going with it. You'd be a good therapist for autistic people with the double empathy and stuff. Potentially. I feel like I don't know. I found it very tiring. That's the thing. That was that low extroversion coming in. I did a bit of work in mental health for, I'm trying to think, probably collectively my experience comes up to like 3 years. I did like 3 years of work in mental health and it was just too tiring. Like, it's weird because I don't really have like emotional reactions to people telling me things, but the sheer act of being in a bright room with somebody for, 6 hours out of an 8-hour day, that in itself was really tiring and I couldn't cope with it very well. So, yeah. And obviously, like, I'd have to go and do loads more training, and I'm kind of a bit done with school at this point, to be honest. So, yeah, I wouldn't do it even if I wanted to at this point. I think the science is like, it suits me. You don't need to be ethical. I never said that. I said the ethics process varies depending on the data. Better scurry off and get some food before I get subjected to subjecting as a subject. That sounds like a good plan. Absolutely. If you need to go grab food, get up, stretch, have some water, anything at all, please absolutely go do it. Absolutely go do it. And that goes for Nep too if you're still here. Go get up and get some food if you need to. And thank you again. Thank you again for the double raid. That's very cool. I really appreciate it. F copyright, yeah, I kind of get that. It's annoying, but it's there for like, it's weird because like obviously I'm kind of feel like both, like I feel like I see both sides, right? Because obviously as a researcher I'm like, let me use your content for research purposes, and then as a, like, if on the flip side, if somebody took Psydere's character design and did something with it, I'd be very annoyed. So don't touch my VTuber model. That's mine. I saw the XKCD comic about science and magic. Magic just defines the outcome. Science make predictions based on the start. Exactly. And I think that's the line of thinking that I was going down, right? Is that mental health is all about, like, a lot of mental health treatments, they're about, digging into what's happening with the person, like CBT, for example, cognitive behavioral therapy, not any other kind of CBT. Cognitive behavioral therapy is like, okay, your patterns of thought are like this. Let's intervene on them because they're causing you problematic outcomes like anxiety or whatever. Whereas science is more like, I predict that this thing is going to cause anxiety, and then researching and seeing if that's true and then being like, oh wow, I was correct. Yes. Or, oh, I was wrong. I need to rethink my theory. I need to change my parameters, etc. So yeah, that's what I mean. They're kind of the same, like it's people at the end of it. It's all just people, isn't it? It's all just people. But taking different approaches. But like, we kind of sometimes arrive at the same place. So yeah, like at the end of the day, like if, say for example, if Freudian psychoanalysis helps somebody, then does it matter if it's scientifically robust or if we can explain it? Maybe not. Yeah, especially with something as confusing as mental health problems, because like we still don't know what causes them. Well, some of them we're starting to get an idea, but most of them we're like, what is this? Yeah. Conclude that thermodynamics is magic. Yeah. I mean, thermodynamics is magic. It's so confusing, it might as well be. CBT is about digging into people. Yes. It's very disappointing that CBT shares its initials with something else, because every time it's introduced in a lecture to new students, there's always at least one sat there giggling, and everyone else is like, "What's going on?" It's always like that. It really, really is. That's fine. That's fine. I think I've seen enough CBT memes that I've got used to it. Yeah, same, to be honest. Kind of got, like, just habituated to it. Like, I just know it's gonna come up, so I'm like, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Remember when I said I was gonna play that game today? It's fine. We like the yap. We like the yap. I can never get used to CBT. Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. Depending on the context, sometimes it does still make me laugh. I was just trying to think about whether there has ever been a funny instance. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any, but you know, it's fine. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna drink some water. Yes, yes. Yapping for a long time and I keep forgetting to drink water. It's terrible. CBT is very common in the RP community. I feel like that sentence can be read in multiple ways and I'm not sure how to respond to it. Could be worse. I was at a conference and they asked the panel their hobbies and one of the nurses said shibari and the host said, "What is that?" And I choked. I have so many questions. I'm confused. Why did they respond with that? And how was this whole situation managed? Makes sense. Online tends to be more unwell. I actually don't know if that's true. So will we. I don't know. I swear, so, like, sometimes conferences just make people forget social norms. It's yeah. Hi Commodore, how you doing? Fun time, that's what it is. Oh my gosh. I've mad respect for her. Honestly, it's kind of powerful, isn't it? It's kind of powerful. We changed subjects. This is how I felt when I was trapped in the Hegelian philosophy seminar and I couldn't leave, right? I was like, what's going on? I'm so confused. Because they were talking about some really weird stuff. I can't even remember. I've like blanked it out because it was borderline traumatic. But like they genuinely like shut the door and then like someone stood in front of it and nobody could leave. And I felt like I was at an initiation ceremony or something. It was really weird. Conferences are weird. I love how like every time I've ever seen any kind of like media depiction of like even anytime I've ever seen a media depiction of a like scientific conference, it's always like, oh, look at these nerdy people sat around being nerds. They talk about very serious things. And then every conference I've ever been to is like a postdoc falling out of a tram and then being like, oh, I'm really sorry, I have to give my talk in like an hour, but I stayed up till 5 a.m. drinking and went out into the club. Oh God, oh, I don't feel good. People take the free wine reception very seriously. Oh no. Or someone needed to pee? I don't know. I'm sure there was some kind of Hegelian response to that. You find out what's the Hegelian dialectics, whether you like it or not. I felt like it. I was like, what's going on? I think it was like Hegelian approach to education or something as well. It was like very, I don't know. That's all I remember. I don't remember the talks. I just remember one very, very intense woman presenting. Like I can picture her roughly. Not picture, I can't picture her, but like I remember her vibe, you know? I remember her vibe. She was very intense. and she was talking about Hegel, and that's all I remember. I don't know what was going on. Free wine, I'd kill for that. Honestly, like a lot. If you go to a smaller conference, especially, so the big conferences, normally you'll get like one free drink voucher, and then you have to pay for the rest of them. But if you go to a smaller one that's based at a university, normally they will have a wine reception, and it is loads of free wine. And then like they order too much of it because there's inevitably loads of people that are driving home, or they're, you know, pregnant, or they've got medical condition and they're not drinking. They're just not drinking because they don't want to. So I remember one time I went to one with a friend or two friends, and yeah, one of my friends just like literally walked out with like 3 bottles of unopened wine because they had this wine, and the staff were just like, please just take it, we don't want it, please, we've done 3 conferences this season already, please, we don't want it, just take it. So yeah. But yeah, I have some really weird, like, I don't know, it's really weird. Conferences are cool because you get a good excuse to like go to places you probably wouldn't go to otherwise. So like I've been to a fair few places in Europe now that I would not have gone to, I think, if I hadn't have gone to the conference there. Also actually places in the UK too, saying that. Yeah, I've been to a few places that I wouldn't have gone to otherwise, and it's very cool. It's very cool. It's a nice excuse to like explore. And the reality is that you go to the conference and most people don't even stay there. Like they just leave. They just leave. Like they turn up, they do their talk, maybe they go to a few other talks that their friends are doing, and then they leave. And they just go and sightsee. So yeah. Problem, reaction, solution. Thesis, you need to pee. Antithesis, you don't need to pee. Synthesis, actually you need to poop. Brilliant. This is a very good Hegelian approach. Hi Danktown Bunny, how you doing? You think psychologists would predict the consequences of offering free booze? Maybe they did and they just didn't care. Oh dear. You be a powerful incumbent, you cause problems that will trigger a knee-jerk reaction, that you offer a solution that causes more problems that give you job security. That's the Hegelian dialectic. Exactly. Exactly. Honestly, conferences are so funny. They're so funny. But like they're really tiring. I can't cope with them. Once I did 2 international conferences in one summer and I regretted my decisions. They weren't even that far to well, one of them was far to travel and one of them wasn't far to travel. But like I did 2 of them in one summer and like never again. Never again, because it's just nothing but a week of intense socializing. And like you have to have your talk prepared and no, that's what cocaine is for. No. However, there is, okay, I'm not joking. Most conferences will give you a new cup of coffee every 2 hours, and they do it for good reason, okay? They do it for good reason. It's just impossible to function without it, to be honest. Oh dear. Okay. It's getting quite late. It's getting quite late, and I think it's time to wrap up now, I think, because I'm tired. I'm very tired. So, let's work out. What should we do? What should we do? What's this? What's this? I'm trying to work out where we're going today. I think I know where we're going today. I think I have an idea of where I want to go today. I think the person I want to go to is... What is going on? What's going on? Okay, that's confusing. That's confusing. Bear with me. I'm trying to work out what I'm doing. Test, yes. Would be more appropriate. No! No illicit substances. No. No, no, no. You are not allowed. Do we want to... There's actually people in science and tech today. Should we go find somebody in science and tech? Would that be fun? Should we go... Should we go into someone in science and tech? That might be fun. Virtual conferences are comfy. They are. They're very comfy. They're very comfy. There's like I don't know. The problem I have with virtual conferences is that there's so many of them that I want to go to. I end up not going to any of them. So, yeah. You just sounded so British for a moment. What? Did I sound more British than I normally do? Technically, that Roblox pic is a webinar. That's true. It is. It is. Excuse me. I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to shift in my... I'm going to immersion break slightly. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Yes, I'm uncomfortable. It's the repetitive strain injury. Is mayonnaise an illicit substance? That depends on the brand. Okay. Right. Right, who's in science and tech? Because I saw there was a few people, potentially. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Moohoodles. I was very, very tempted. I was thinking Moohoodles. Because Moohoodles is lovely. I also can't... What's she doing? UBH Studio Tour. Nova Building Stuff pre-show. Interactive escape room. Finale. Countdown to shutdown. Doing an escape room. Potentially we could raid into Moohoodles. Looking like she might be having some stream connection issues though. Can I suggest a cutie? You absolutely can, of course. Of course. Wait, someone's doing science speedrunning though. Thank you for the informative talk on CBT today. Can't wait to try it out. No, I will not elaborate. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Yes. But yeah, .Rex, if you want to suggest somebody, go for it. Please do. Otherwise, we will go and raid into Moohoodles. It does look like she might be having some, like, connection issues. So there's a chance that the stream might drop out occasionally. Pixie a VT. There's a lot of overlap between speedrunning and science. I use the speedrunning analogy for a lot of non-science people. I would love to hear that analogy. This is very interesting to me. Is Pixie... Look. Have a look. I swear, I know how to use technology. Swear I know what I'm doing. This. Linking up things. Oh wait, is this Infinite Craft? Okay, yeah, we're absolutely going. We're going to Bixia. That sounds fun. I love Infinite Craft. Okay. There's the raid message. Looking for an overlap in QEs and science. You want... I think NEP counts. To be fair, I think Phi counts too, technically. He's a little ball, fuzzy ball. And there might also be a few other people. If you want scientific yapping, Syzygy on YouTube is really good. So SZY. Gosh, wait. What? SZ. There you go. Syzygy. Check out Syzygy Altair on YouTube. And then also Phaedra Sarah. Both are scientific yappers. Yes, they're both scientific yappers. And they're also both lovely people. And then also Nep, of course. That whole mommy VTuber, exactly. Oh. Science is up to. Yeah, we're gonna go. We'll go to Bixia VT today, though. We'll go to Bixia VT. We'll go there today. Because all of the science people, I will raid into them eventually. They can't stop me. I will end up in their chat whether they want me to or not. Whereas VTubers, I'm not very good at branching out and meeting other VTubers. So, yeah. This is exactly, Nico. Exactly. Nico, I guess with your current model, you technically also count as a scientific cutie VTuber. So. Sai is very sleepy confirmed. This is true. This is very, very true. This is very true. Okay. That's what the Science VTuber starter pack is there for. Yeah, I've got an educational VTuber starter pack on Blue Sky. It doesn't list everybody that I would want on it though, because I'm very bad at maintaining things. It's also not just scientists. It's also people that do other stuff too. Yeah, but any kind of educational content, I've tried to keep it up and put people on there. I'm doing a bad job of it. One day, my plan is to bring together all of the scientific yapping VTubers in one massive mega collab, and it will be terrible and awful and brilliant. That's the plan. I'm gonna force everybody to. I'm gonna make everybody do Among Us. The battle. We'll do the battle of the. Everybody represents their own STEM discipline. Oh no. Everyone do a poster presentation. Oh god, can you imagine? That'd be terrible. Everybody do a 5-minute presentation. Can you imagine? Oh, that would be painful, but also brilliant. I think I like the poster more though. I think I like the poster more. People are still coming to Blue Sky, so it's hard to keep up with the starter pack maintenance. Yeah, that's the thing. It is quite hard to keep up with it. And I'm just like generally lacking in time at the minute, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, maintaining it is not my strongest point. No matter who's left standing in the end, CBT will be the winner. Exactly. Oh dear. On that note, let's head out. Let's go and say hello to Bixia VT. I'm gonna start the raid. Here, let me do here's the raid message again. So we're gonna go head over and say hello to Bixia, and there's the raid message. It's fieldwork time. Psydere's lab are here to research you. Not threatening at all. This is a cool and normal raid message. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. I love that we didn't end up even playing the game. That is very on brand for me. We've ended up doing a 2 almost 3 hour stream, and we have not played the game that I was scheduled to play. Extremely on brand. It's fine. It is what it is. I've accepted that this is the style of chaos I have, is that I plan one thing and then we end up doing something else. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you all so much for joining me and yapping with me. And thank you for the stream. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you. Thank you. My next stream is actually tomorrow. So yeah, I can't remember what we're doing. I've forgotten. I forgot. There's a schedule on most of the social media if you need that. But in theory, I should be streaming again tomorrow at the same time. So yeah, maybe see you tomorrow. If not, thank you anyway. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Bye.